Hello, everybody. It's another week of late night craft talk.
It
We're getting a
is.
little over dramatic tonight, a little melodramatic, and we're still going to have fun. Dun dun dun.
It's dramatic.
It's dramatic. We are going to be looking. Tonight's show is about the melancholy, the melodramatic. The other words I'm not thinking of that I should be thinking of right now because I didn't think of it a minute ago. That creates drama. Dun, dun. Drama. Folks, tonight we're talking about soap operas.
Yes, there's so many soap opera. I mean, this is like seriously, this is like almost like an American tradition at this point.
Oh, it's international. I think it started, well, we're going to go over the history of it, but I was thinking back to Neolithic times, caveman paintings in Europe or wherever in the world. And they would sit down and go, hug. What's a caveman name?
I don't know.
Ugman hunt a mammoth, and then wife not approve of Tusk, and throw Tusk out window. And it's on these paintings. It's like comic panels. Comics date back so long ago. That joke's going nowhere. I am falling flat. Boom, ding. We got two people watching.
I know.
Building up. Oh, guess what you forgot to do?
Well, right now I'm trying to share.
Right now, the countdown timer wasn't going because we're too busy. So I'm going to go ahead and knock it over to. It's 9:01. I'm going to go ahead and knock it down to 9 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably.
The clock is ticking quicker, Svea. We're losing time. Dun dun. All right, folks, we got our organ music queued up tonight. We got the melodrama and the dramatic looks. You will see us at our acting finest and how we handle the conflict that so many would term minimal. We will make issues of and plot points.
Yes.
And I better eat something to get some of my brain going because I am falling flatter than a tire full of nails.
Sit here.
Okay. All right. We got a couple people watching. And why did an admin approve my post in Dancing Bear?
Because you're trying to post onto Dancing Bear Friends.
I've done that before when I scheduled the show. It's never asked that before.
That's really weird because last week it actually asked to approve it. Barbie versus G.I. Joe.
Really? So it started last week?
Yeah.
Updates.
I'm just approving. Actually, I'll just pre-approve you. You better not give me a reason to unpre-approve you.
Because I will misbehave?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I have to pre-approve. I'll go ahead conditionally. You're on probation. Approve you for my corporate network. Matter of fact, all right, folks, we got a few more watching. Countdown timer's going. I am feeling full of granola and give myself sugar rush. Get ready for the show. Don't yawn. Don't yawn.
Sugar rush.
We're going.
Rush.
7.5 minutes till showtime.
Sugar rush.
I
know, like already late. I'm just like, it's been a long day for me.
Was it long?
Was it
full of drama?
It was such a long day. You know what happened?
What happened?
Hopefully that actually comes through because it sounds pretty cool.
I'm holding my phone right up to the mic when I do this.
Yeah, but you know how like when we would play the mic. Okay, so you guys, can you hear the organ?
Let us know if you can hear the organ. So we don't know if it's coming through or not.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Anytime now.
Okay.
Why is it not playing?
Okay. Did you guys hear that?
Give us a yes or no, folks. You're helping us with some technical.
Because
right now, some possible technical difficulties.
It's like it's actually doing exactly what we wanted to do. And it's going to make our show so much better. So hopefully that works.
Absolutely.
Jen said, yes, I heard that terrible sound. LOL.
Jen, here's what Jen thought. Here's her reaction. What was going through her mind when that happened? Was it like that, Jen, or was it like this? Whenever it plays. Here we go. And matter of fact, I'm going to reenact what Jen was ready. I'm going to do a little sneak peek.
She's like, James, did you hear that terrible sound?
You know what? Let's reenact what it probably was on Jen's face when that happened. You ready?
I was trying to say you're supposed to press the button. Yeah. I said here. Yes. I heard that terrible sound.
All right. Hold on. We got to do this. Let's reenact Jen's when that happened. Ready? Here we go. Wait, no, that wasn't it. When she heard that sound, here's what would probably happen.
Okay, James. Okay, so I'm gonna reenact. Hey, at least my head's not full of hot air like yours, James.
I have to wait for this commercial to get done playing on this app. Now I can skip ads.
Okay, you should turn the volume down when it does that.
Okay. Try again. Okay, here, reenact it. Ready?
At least my head's not full. Okay, you're supposed to wait for me to.
I know it jumped. Okay, try again.
At least my head's not full of hot air like yours is, James.
That was almost like soap opera version of Tell a Joke and then the canned laughter kind of music thing. Da-da-da.
Yes. Okay. Turn our faces off. Yes, there we go. Okay, but yes. So we are excited about this week. Okay, so everyone, if you get a chance, can you share this video so that all your friends can learn about soap operas? I'm sure it's what they're waiting their entire day to learn how to do.
Guess who's here on time?
Maya's here on time.
Hello, LNCT fam bam. Hope you are having a great week. And she says right here, hello, I'm early. Just made my chips in my air fryer with tortillas.
Yeehaw. That sounds good.
Absolutely.
And Maya shared. See, Maya is being a very good role model, everyone.
Well, she's the president. She has a duty.
She is sharing, okay? So make sure to share.
Guess what? Guess what? I said duty. I'm waiting for the music. The music's not playing. There we go. Okay. We better stop now or Jen's going to get off the show and unshare.
Unshare. I'm unsharing you. Yes, Wendy, sharing is caring.
Yes,
so,
Wendy.
We only have 2 more minutes, so you only have 2 more minutes to share. So I'm
going to go ahead and do that too, and let's see here.
I shared.
I'm getting ready to. Don't yawn. People will know you're tired and think.
I didn't tag anyone, but I shared it.
I'm going over to sharing right now. I have about 2 minutes. Let's see here. Let's go to the business page and share. Oh no. Oh no.
What happened, James?
Ed died in it. Ed had a baby. Dun-dun! I don't watch enough soap operas. I don't know how these lines go, honestly.
Well, I can reenact a bunch because I've watched many soap operas in my college years, high school and college years. We watched Days of Our Lives. I watched Young and the Restless.
I never really watched a lot of TV.
But
if you want lines from soap operas, the guy opera.
I always watched soap operas whenever I was not feeling good. So I have really bad allergies. And so my nose would be running like crazy. And so I'd stay home because I'm literally like sneezing up a fit. And if I was at home, I was like, okay, well, I'll just watch my soaps.
Gotcha. I'm sharing and saying we are live for tonight's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. And I accidentally hit caps. Dang it.
Oh no. Then they're thinking you're yelling at them.
I know. I hate when I hit caps. Well, I can totally spell. I'm just not good at typing. I hit the A key and all of a sudden I hit somewhere between Z and W and Q and caps lock.
Yes.
Sharing is caring. All right. Svea, we only got 10 seconds. You about ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do a dramatic, very, very dramatic, folks. Count down very dramatically with us till the show start. Ready, Svea?
9,
10, 8, 7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
1, 0.
It is showtime.
Start the show.
It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea Kamori Yang and James Hermes. Let's get the fun started. It's time to start the show. So I can explain this. I looked down and suddenly went, oh, I didn't put on tonight's shirt. That's kind of like got a thing for some sketches we're going to do for that. So you caught me in the equivalent of not finishing up makeup and wardrobe. So I'm working on wardrobe as we're going.
Okay.
So I can explain that. And now I did. And now we have it in context.
Okay.
And this shirt turns up well against the green screen that's apparently not making the green screen work too well.
It's making you just like you're getting attacked by green things.
Yes.
The sky.
It's drama. It's intriguing. It's the human spirit struggling that we all have to sink our teeth into. Da-dun.
What is
all right.
about that shirt? It's like matching your background or something. I don't know.
Whatever it is driving the green screen crazy. So we'll just go with it. I think if I get slower and it's like bleeding over on me. So you know what? We're just going to go with it.
Okay.
Wow. Didn't start till just now. If I take the shirt off, will it stop?
Yeah.
Yep, we're just going to go with it. We'll just
It
go with
doesn't like your shirt.
I like my shirt. Should have got black and white shirt. Oh, well.
So, hey, everyone. So instead of us like babbling on about things that are not important right now.
Like a soap opera.
So every week we do the show at 10 p.m. and we talk about all kinds of topics and come up with interesting things to talk about. We have guests. We have to talk about events. We do all kinds of stuff. So if you like the show, like and subscribe to our Facebook channels, our YouTube channels, our Twitch channels. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, everything, all that kind of stuff.
All of that kind.
All the stuff. So, hey, James,
yes.
What's going on with Elkbrack Traders?
We're going to have some new knives coming up, and the website will finally be up by Friday next week. It has been a long battle. I cannot go into why it has been a long battle, but wow, and damn. But we're finally going up. I've got it pre-staged with stuff going up on it. With that, getting our first spring shows and showing live. What's going on with Dancing Bear?
Well, I finally finished the catalog, the new catalog for the CDCR. I'm sending it off to be approved by the chaplain for our cultural our catalog for cultural religious supplies. So that has been like a major project. So when it is approved, we will have added, we had only 11s, 8s, and 6s. Now we have Japanese 11s, Japanese Delica 11s. We have 4mm fire polish. We have 6mm fire polish. We have bugle beads. We have hair pipe. We have clasps, barrel clasps. We will have floral scarves for the women. We will have beaded headbands. We will have craft books. We will have tarot cards and oracle cards, rune stones. We will have OSHA. We will have rosemary and thyme, and we will have sea salt, and we'll have wooden bowls. I mean, this is a lot. Like, we really added a lot to our catalog. I mean, before it was just like beads, threads, needles, and that was pretty much it. And we did offer some different herbs, but we really are expanding our catalog. So that's going to be finalized in the next 2 weeks. Additionally, we have James's drum class on March 18th. We still have some room available. I actually had someone, I think I had someone sign up for the class today at our store. So the classes, it is going to fill up. So make sure to sign up. Our deadline, our ultimate deadline for signups is, let me look at a calendar really quick.
I believe it was March 13th.
March 13th. So you have a week and a couple days to make a decision to take the class. It's a lot of fun. James is a great teacher, and you learn a lot about the drums. We definitely recommend it, and we only have this class once a year. So definitely.
Did you say that I'm the teacher?
Yeah.
I'm good at it?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was a different James. Sorry.
I was getting confused because I'm like, when did I become good at that?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. That's not you. It's just another person named James.
Got it. Because it ain't gonna be me. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna stand there and go, I'm gonna be the heckler in the back of the bus.
Yeah, I know, right?
Totally.
So anyway, so we have that coming up. And then next weekend we have Long Beach Powwow. This is actually a big deal that this powwow is going again, because this was the first powwow that was canceled during the pandemic. And this is the first year that the powwow's been back. After that, we have the ASU powwow, which I am on the committee for. And I'm super excited because, again, this is also our first powwow since the pandemic was canceled it. This is the first powwow we've been back. So we're super excited about it. We have a few powwows coming up, and we are going to be at Stanford powwow. I see our friend Joya is on. We will be at Stanford powwow in May, Mother's Day weekend. So we have 3 powwows in a row: Long Beach State powwow, Arizona State powwow, and Stanford powwow.
That's awesome. One of the things that I love about Cal State Long Beach powwow coming back is that, with the exception of some powwows that sometimes happen in January or February, but over for several years, Cal State Long Beach has been kind of like the beginning of the bell ringer for the beginning of powwow season in Southern California, probably even all of California. And that's what kicks it off. And then there's a whole lot of them. You know, there's still a handful that are not happening since the pandemic started. They're not coming back, and probably not, unfortunately. But it's just another sign of coming back and how strong the culture is and the resolve to bring it back, bring back the powwow community, even to bring the powwow community to them and bring it back in that fashion too. So that's just amazing stuff.
Yeah, so pretty exciting stuff. We are really excited to be having things come back and back to normal. That's really amazing. So we're super excited about it. So we have drum class, we have powwows coming up. The CDCR catalog is done. I just have to get it approved. And I mean, that was like a whole process. Let me tell you, it was a lot.
Oh yeah. When we talk about that, I just want to emphasize, folks, if you want to learn how to make a cool drum, 15-inch elk high drum, and you get to see Svea and James, Svea and James in the same place. I get confused because of like the mirrors and all that setup.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to see Svea and James in one place at the same time, and join Svea in throwing spitwads at James during the class to be unprofessional. While James is trying to teach and do a fantastic thing. Come join Svea and I as we will both throw spitwads at James as he's teaching the class. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to pull that off. But
I am going to be professional. I don't know about other people, but I am always professional.
Well, then I'll be throwing spitwads at James during the class and being the smarty guy.
Okay. Yeah, you should.
I've done it before. I don't know how, but I'll think of something.
Okay. Okay.
All right. But
Yeah.
we got to show it's 10:10 right quick. Should I do a quick school update?
Yes.
So viewers do that. Okay. For our viewers, a lot of you know that I'm going back to school, get my BA in biology, and eventually become a physician's assistant. That is a long-term goal. And I am 2 months into this journey that is going to take probably 3.5 to 5 years, more likely 5 years to do this. And still keeping Outcrack Traders alive, always will be. It's a family-run business. But a little setback last week. I'm in week 5 of the EMR class, emergency medical responder, and then eventually moved to an 8-week course for EMT. Got a little complicated. Through the weeks, I was realizing, and I knew it from the bat, and it was just sinking in, that the style the school runs the program, it is designed to it just works out to be younger students. We're talking 20s, early 30s, and run them through the program and then get them ready to immediately start working, assuming on an ambulance, and start working with one of the local ambulance companies. It's a very in-demand thing right now. And that is not what I'm going to do. And they run it very strict, very quick. It's a great program at College of the Desert and Palm Desert, but it was not meeting what I need to do, what my plans were. And I am the anomaly, the rare student that comes in is not looking to what they're doing because they want ambulance, or the assumption that these students are going to move on to the firefighting academy. Ain't doing that. So I know one of the instructors at Crafton Hills College over Yucaipa, and they also work closely with San Bernardino Valley College. And I am transferred as of last week was official, last Friday. And I transferred to Crafton Hills College, and I am taking their 10-week EMT program. The class, I dropped the class at College of the Desert. I'm not proud about that, but it is a necessity. It was just not going to work. It was not fitting. And so I'm moving over. I got a couple-week break, but I'm spending the time looking at medical stuff and going, I know how to put on a Band-Aid now. Not only that, a Scooby-Doo Band-Aid, the best one. It is. It really is. So I am going to be going to a 10-week course so I can put on a Band-Aid on you folks, and maybe even perform CPR and insert a nasopharyngeal airway or something like that. And I can also put on a BVM and do all that stuff. But most importantly, the Scooby-Doo Band-Aid. So that's what's going on. Moved it over, but moving back to College of the Desert in the summer and fall semesters to start pre-med on with biology and other stuff. And then my Achilles heel, algebra. Matter of fact, let's emphasize, because tonight's about soap operas. Like we could do a whole soap opera on me and algebra. Algebra. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Luke, I am your father. So that's the update with school, folks. That's what's going on. And otherwise, recommend the program. Great. But just picking which school you go to. Curtis Youngberg's watching the show right now. Curtis Youngberg, sir, we miss you. We want you to come out and talk about sciencey science stuff.
You know
Curtis,
what?
you're awesome.
We needed Curtis to come and talk about the 2 planets doing this.
I know what that was. Did you catch that? I actually know my neighbor was going to. Okay, we got to talk about that. And we need Curtis to help explain it. Anyway, got to hide the thing. There we go. Okay.
I think we were both trying to do it at the same time.
I think so. Anyway, we were doing. It was a Wednesday night.
I had a quick question.
Yes. How many hours do you need? 500 or 1,000 with the PC hours? I assume probably. We're going to bring up the Band-Aid thing too. Typically, PA schools are looking for about 1,500 hours of patient care experience time, and there's other types. My quickest, most direct route with EMT is to start building that up. I'll be working probably some concierge medicine as well as taking vials in some other places. There's actually scout camps, summer camps that I can volunteer at to start building up that time, but I also need paid time. But that's to do it, and eventually I might have to go EMA route also. That will probably be in 2024 at some point. But that's what we're building up. Okay. And we also have a Band-Aid debate going on.
Yes. Well, the bacon Band-Aids are pretty cool. I always love the Star Wars Band-Aids. My mom always puts Star Wars Band-Aids on her fingers and arms because she's constantly scratching her arms on stuff.
Yeah, I still remember having to pull that redwood tree out of your mom's arm. But
Oh my goodness.
the Bubba per cap.
Crazy. It was
All right.
crazy.
But with the Band-Aids, we do have a debate. I said Scooby-Doo Band-Aid, and then Curtis Youngberg, the show's mighty science advisor, wonderful, wonderful person, says no, SpongeBob is the best Band-Aid. Curtis, I challenge you to a debate on this show, to hopefully get you on the show, about which Band-Aid is better, Scooby-Doo or SpongeBob. This is a generation thing. Obviously.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would be worse if it was Rugrats.
Or Trash Pail Kids.
No, those Garbage Pail Kids were
Garbage
great
Pail Kids.
compared to Rugrats. Boo. Okay.
Well, let's see. Wendy Hodge says bacon Band-Aids are the best. And do we have any others? Debates on the Band-Aids? You know what? Kelly Jo Miller, who has been on the show, co-hosted the show just a few weeks ago, has to say, I'm sorry, there'll have to be Scooby-Doo for me. That's 2 for Scooby-Doo, folks. If you want to know and you want to lay in, whether it be SpongeBob, Bacon, or Scooby-Doo, Wendy, we're going to have words. Let us know in the comments, and we will revisit that a little bit.
Okay. So, do we want to talk about our show?
Let's go over this. So we're talking about soap operas.
Okay, let me open my show notes.
Okay. I don't have the other computer signed on StreamYard, so I can't bring it up. But, folks, we're here to talk about the soap opera.
We have to do the look where it's like this.
Yeah, we'll come back with. We have a whole section about soap opera looks. But I want to actually I want to replace the opening show credits with the like organ music. I'm sure that will hold our viewers every week. Oh, Wendy's fell off a night. We got to bring it up.
You know,
what do you think?
Baby Yoda Band-Aids are really cute. My mom, like I said, she has Star Wars Band-Aids all over her arms all the time.
I think she purposely gets little cuts and nicks just so she can wear more Baby Yoda Band-Aids.
Probably.
Kind of masochist there, Chris.
Probably.
But a fan's a fan. That means you're a big fan of Grogu.
Oh, my mom's such a fan. She watched, okay, I don't know if you guys know this, Mandalorian had the first season 3 episode come up, and my mom was watching it at midnight on Wednesday. She was watching it. We watched it again. We watched it again on Thursday in the evening when we got off work. We watched it. My mom watched it again with us.
I didn't like. No, I'm like. I liked it, but it wasn't awesome cool. When it was cool, but it just wasn't awesome cool. That episode just didn't really get me. That one.
I think it was just kind of getting everyone back into the groove of watching Mandalorian. I think that was kind of it, you know.
I know, because I mean, Star Trek Picard, the last episode where you have Riker look at Picard going, "You've killed us all. Get the hell off my bridge." I was like, "Oh my gosh, Riker pulled off Picard."
Okay.
My spitting trail mix out of my mouth when I say that, so it's a good thing I covered my mouth on purpose, anyways.
Okay.
But that got me.
Yes. Okay. So.
Well, yeah, just pass over Star Trek.
Let's talk about the earliest forms of soap opera.
Change the subject from Star Wars and Star Trek. Svea.
Let's just talk about our show topic, like what our show.
You ignored my needs.
I'm
waiting for the music to cue up. I know. Don't you hate when that happens when you're walking down the street and you're like, "Oh man, I'm not the baby's father," and that music cues up, and you're like, "Where is that coming from?" Every time I find out I'm not the baby's father, that music kicks up.
I know. That's what makes it really good, because then you know that it's a pivotal moment of shock.
I know. Well, I got to hear that music. I can't have a mariachi band following me, but I have to hear that music from nowhere along with Morgan Freeman's voice.
Yes. Okay.
That
earliest forms of soap operas. So, do you want to start with the comics?
Are you? I don't have that queued up because I just got on. Basically, I took a look at it. Go for it.
So one of the things that I remember being a kid from seeing like kind of a soap opera item is, you remember that comic strip called Mary Worth or something? And it was this like cartoon that it was a Sunday morning cartoon, and it was never funny, and it was just a continuation of the story of whatever happened the previous week. And I was like, what kind of comic strip is this? This isn't even funny. And I'm like,
Absolutely. So, a lot of these started off with like the soap operas would come in from like plays, melodramas, whatnot. They were very famous during the Renaissance period in Europe, carried over. Definitely not in vaudeville. That ain't vaudeville, but it carried over to like dime novels and whatnot. There'd be a series that pre-comic books, basically. Dime novels that would come in and talk about this person and this person, this ongoing series, and that'd be the soap opera. Even Louis L'Amour was not above doing a soap opera when it came to the Sackett saga, an ongoing series of books, which we considered in storytelling in that fashion. You got to think broader can't stuff. Soap operas ain't going to be like Days of Our Lives, where you have the melodramatic music with no-name actors. Well, actually, though, the guy that played Reno Reigns in Renegade, which I used to love that show in the 90s, but why now? I don't know why I did. A lot of stars got their, got it on these low budget soap operas that go over there. So, and we'll talk about some shows that you kind of go, oh, that is technically a soap opera a little later in the show.
Yeah, and even so, like, on the radio, they would have a weekly serial series, and then they'd have a script that was only like 5-10 minutes, and they would tell a bit of a story, and it was always every week. It was continuing. There was a new story, right? So it's kind of the same idea of soap opera, where it's like it could have all kinds of crazy stories and this continuing plot line that just moves along, right?
It is. It started off with the comics and it moved on eventually to radio. Folks, you got to remember that TV today, or TV when you were younger, was radio back in the 1920s and 30s.
Yes.
And
the internet was ham radio back in the day.
Yeah. Talking just radio broadcasts, these serial broadcasts in the 30s, even into the 1950s. Matter of fact, right here it says the first program generally considered to be a soap opera or daytime serial by scholars of the junior is a show called Painted Dreams, which premiered on WN Radio Chicago on October 20th, 1930. It was regularly broadcast in a daytime slot where most listeners would be housewives. Thus, the shows were aimed at and consumed by a predominantly female audience. That's actually really interesting. Painted Dreams would become the first. Ian would become the first network radio serial to have the type when it aired, and on the NBC Blue Network at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So that show made it around, although it did not make the move until February 5th. Okay, I lost my right there, but basically, that first form of the generally soap opera would have started with the radio right there. They cook on predominantly audience, night audience, or guys out of work or stay-at-home dads like that would get into the soap opera. And I had a friend back in high school. His dad was one of those stay-at-home dads, and he'd always talk about what happened Days of Our Lives. So it ain't just predominantly housewives.
Yes. So we were talking about the early soap operas on TV. Okay, so I remember in high school, I would watch Young and the Restless. I would watch Days of Our Lives. There was General Hospital. There was Bold and the Beautiful. There was there's so many these different shows, right? And then there was Dynasty, and there was Dallas. There was a lot of different shows when I was a kid growing up. That every week, every other day, whatever. I mean, there's daily soaps and then there's weekly soaps. Everyone was freaking out about who shot JR in Dallas.
Well, there's even a whole Simpsons episode or a switch like that. It was based off that from the show Dallas. Who shot J.R. Ewing? Interesting, funny story about that is that when I was 16, I was representing BSA at a international camporee over outside of Malmo, Sweden, and went up to Stockholm for about a week. Stayed with the family over there, kind of like a foreign exchange student type setup. Stayed with his family, and this lady, I still talk to her. The family that hosted us, the mom kept on apologizing for their home. She had a beautiful 2-story home there outside of Stockholm, and she kept on apologizing for her home so small, so whole. We're like, no, we love it. And then finally, just like after about day 3 of staying with them for a week, I went, pardon me if I'm direct, but if I'm too direct here, but why do you keep on apologizing for your home? What is it that you think about Americans that you need to apologize because you have a beautiful home? And she goes, well, honestly, all we know about Americans is we think you have big homes, big fancy cars, but we just think you have these really beautiful homes, every American. I went, what makes you think every American has a beautiful home? And she goes, well, just from what we watch on TV, primarily a show called Dallas. And I went, okay, let me explain. That's TV. And I explained farms and places like Nyland or Imperial Valley, Coachella, some of these other places that don't have big fancy homes compared to what you might see in like, oil baron families in that community. And I still laugh about it. So
that's
tongue
really
in cheek
funny
about that.
That's really funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So she had no idea. I showed her some pictures from home. She's like, that's America? I'm like, yeah, we got all kinds.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, one of the shows that I really loved, okay, so you remember 90210?
Beverly Hills 90210.
Yes. So a spinoff of that show was Melrose Place. Did you watch Melrose Place?
No.
So Melrose Place was totally like a soap. And then from Melrose Place, they did Sunset Beach. And these are all like connected, right? And I like Melrose Place. I didn't really get into Sunset Beach, but I did start watching a show called Passions. And Passions was such a funny soap opera. Like it would be serious, but then it wouldn't be serious. Like, for example, there was a witch who was played by Haley Mills' sister. And she had a doll that would come to life only around her. So he was a little guy.
Like the movie Mannequin.
I know, right? But he was a little guy, and he would drink martinis, and he called them Martimis because his name was Timmy.
Was his kid named Chucky?
No. He was actually really cute. He was really cute. He was a small person, and he ended up passing away.
Oh no!
Very young, but I remember him so well from that show. He was really fun. I loved his character. And there were just these funny parts where she would be riding him in a bicycle, and he was in the basket, and she would stop, and his doll would fly out of the basket and hit something, and then it would show him. He'd be like, ow, my head hurts.
That's funny. Right quick, I think we've got some good stuff. We need to catch up on some listener comments or viewer comments right quick. Is Wendy Hodge says she remembers Mary Worth. Interesting fun of trivia right here, actually, from Curtis Youngberg. I learned that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was originally a British comedy radio show. Yes, it was. They were great, that serial. It was based on an original book series. At least that's what a coworker said to me once. Yes, that is the case. If you get a chance to listen to the British version radio show, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's awesome. And that we have, of course, Maya says, I used to watch Dynasty in Dallas with her grandparents. Kurt's got, is it Joya? I'm sorry. Is it Joya?
Joya, yeah.
Joya. The Young and the Restless for Joya.
Why not?
Melrose Place.
Melrose.
And then Kurt Youngberg's got to say, I grew up on the Erica Kane era of All My Children. Curtis, the fact that you can identify the Erica Kane era of All My Children, bro. Curtis, come here for a minute. Y'all, just hang out. Curtis, dude, we need to talk. Okay? I'm gonna come out to where you're at. I'm gonna bring you like Paris with a boat. We got to talk. I want you to hand me your man card. And when we're done, I'll hand it back. And with that, folks, we're going to continue the show. If you said Erica Kane Dynasty, I'd be like, I hear Kane going, Kang Dynasty? Marvel? But that's me. I'm not exactly very deep.
Did you see the next comment I just added?
For one from Maya?
From Curtis that I have on the screen right now.
Oh, okay, that one. That I just accidentally clicked. My mom never missed an episode. We had 3 drawers of the under the family room tilled with the VHS cassettes of all of the do not record over tabs removed with the episodes. All right, Curtis, that's cool. Yes. I get it.
Yes. So we were actually going to touch on that, actually. So that's a great segue to the next part. So we were talking about today when we were talking about our show and our outline and talking about how soap operas have changed. Because back in the 20 years ago, they had a publication called Soap Opera Digest, and they had all the summaries of all the shows and what happened the entire show, right? And then people like myself would set our timers and we would record the episodes and we'd watch them when we get home so we could watch them, right? And now with streaming, you don't even have to record your episodes. Your recorders automatically record them for you. And then on top of that, you can even go on your computer and watch them throughout the day.
Makes it pretty easy.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I was going to talk about is that back when I had my surgery in 2020, I had to be home for a month. So I'm like, hey, it's the perfect time to turn on Young and the Restless and Days of Our Lives. So I go to turn it on and they were playing reruns, which is just, I know that we had the pandemic, but it was just crazy that they had reruns. Like in the history of all of the shows and all of the ones there would never be reruns ever. Never ever has there ever been reruns. And so I thought that was really interesting that they had reruns.
A lot of those serial soaps, well, they'll have like a whole season where they might go 7 months with every episode. Some of those serialized soaps that, can allow the quick knockout budget for it, don't have a lot of complicated sets. They will knock out an episode a day.
Yeah.
And work, 15-hour, 18-hour days and knock out an episode a day over the course of like 3 or 4 months, which gives you, when you figure that out, that gives you most of a year's worth of shows, and they got a lot of time off. But there might be a short time from when they film one episode one day to 2 to 3 weeks later. And this was the case back in the 70s. I remember this from a documentary. It was really weird, but 2 to 3 weeks later, that episode would air. And that may be the case even now a lot of times. And so running out of material quickly, it doesn't take long.
But, it's interesting, though, because if you think about it, with how many times they've been preempted from the Olympics and preempted because there's like a court thing, or preempted because there's a presidential thing, or preempted because there's this or that, you would think with how many times it's been preempted that they would have stuff out for years. And all you soap people that are watching right now, you know what I'm talking about, because they would preempt the episodes all the time. Anyway.
Yeah, they would. Matter of fact, I think we have another viewer comment we want to kind of look at, the one from Joya.
Yes.
Hold on. Golden Girls theme.
Oh, but you know what, James? You can't play that.
I wasn't going to.
They're going to cut out our song. Guys, I don't know why it even really makes a difference, because we don't make money off of this show. But yeah, so it will say like it will cut out our sound.
Yeah.
If we have any pre-recorded sounds that have
We,
not
we,
been
we,
100% made.
we've been doing these shows almost 3 years. We've had some very strange experiences and definitely copyright squatters that claim something that is absolutely like an image of the moon from NASA was claimed as copyrighted by this company, by these copyright trolls.
Yeah.
We've had it a handful of times, folks. We're getting it. But anyway, I want to bring up the Joya said, I record every single episode of Golden Girls. That was one of those shows, definitely not a soap opera. That was one that had a broad appeal, even for some reason, young men. And all I can say is, Joya, for watching the show, I can tell you is, thank you for being a friend.
I know that.
Travel down the road and back again.
Your heart is true.
You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew. No. You could be the biggest gift would be from me. And a card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I think we just lost about 15 viewers. Couldn't resist that one.
Yeah.
All right, but with that, you know, you Joy.
I'm trying to click it. You're clicking it.
I didn't want to click anything. I just didn't.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so like what's happening? I'm clicking it off, and he's clicking it on. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, but another show, which is kind of okay. So, we were also talking about, kind of unconventional soap operas. So, like, for example, Passions, because it's kind of a funky one, right? But another one is Dark Shadows.
I still want to try to get into that just because of the premise of vampires. Just because I like vampires. I mean, I'm a big fan of
Barnabas. I think it's Barnaby. Barnabas.
Huh?
Is it Barnabas or Barnaby?
Was that the dude's name in the Dark Shadows?
Yeah. He was one of the main characters, I think.
Barnabas is a cool name.
Yeah. I remember watching it as a kid, and I actually have the first comic book of Dark Shadows somewhere in my stuff.
Gotcha. When I heard there was going to be a remake, I was like, vampires? I was thinking, episodes going, that with that. But it was like, I think when I was trying to watch it, it was like British.
It was with Johnny Depp. It was like weird.
Okay. But I was like, I was watching, I was like,
yeah, no. You have to watch the original one because the original one is just better.
I tried watching the original one a number of years ago when we all had a lot of time to kill during the beginning of the pandemic. And I was doing I was like, nah. Okay. Tried. I gave it the old college try.
Yeah. Well, so one of the reasons why, so anyway, Days of Our Lives, one of my favorite storylines that they had two storylines. One was where they buried a girl alive. They buried Carly alive, and she was being tortured. Carly.
I don't know who that is, but Carly?
So Carly was Beau's love of his life. And Vivian, not our Vivian we know, Vivian Alamain, who is the aunt of Lawrence Alamain. Lawrence Alamain really loved Carly. And so in order to torture Carly because she didn't choose Lawrence, Vivian had her buried alive and made a very special coffin that had oxygen tanks and lights in it with cameras and with a two-way speaker. So Vivian could talk to her over the radio and be like, you deserve this. You're a terrible person. You should have picked Lawrence. And she'd be like, let me out. And she's like inside a coffin. Isn't that the most terrible thing? It's like crazy.
That is out there a bit.
Yeah. And then the other one that really made us laugh was John Black. He thought he was Bo, but he wasn't Bo. He was brainwashed into thinking he was Bo. Okay, so he's basically a different actor than Bo. Okay, and what happened was that when Bo and Marlena were together, Roman. No, I'm sorry, not Bo. Roman. John Black thought he was Roman Brady. Okay, but he was brainwashed into thinking he was Roman Brady, right? But John Black is actually a priest. Okay, and so Marlena and John Black were in love because John Black thought he was Roman and Marlena thought he was Roman. They fell in love again, right? So anyway, John Black found out he's not Roman, he's John Black, and Roman came back. Okay, so Roman Brady's back now, and John Black is back now, right? And Marlena is being seduced by the dark side by Alfonso. He was the bad guy, and he seduced her somehow into being possessed by the devil. And John Black was trying to do like exorcisms on her, and she would be like, like she would like throw her head around, and then she would like have her head to the side, and she'd be like, and she'd have contact lenses in her eyes, and she'd be like, "I'm not Marlena." It's so funny.
Okay, that's really cool. For the last 2 minutes, this has been reaction because when you talk about the soaps, I've been around people like, mom's friends in school, and they start talking about the soaps, and I get a certain look on my face that I revisited, but this is what's happening in my head.
Anyway, a lot of people really, really remember that whole storyline and thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes. So
recovering right now. Recovering. It's slowly getting back.
Yeah. Okay.
I love that little thing on my desk.
So
and now it's falling off my desk.
One of the things that we were talking about, which made us think about going into talking about soap operas, was there's these two shows that we watched at home. We watched this. See, even okay. So see. Wait. Curtis, are you saying James's face, or are you talking about Marlena's face?
He's talking about mine.
Okay, never mind. We're getting rid of that. Anyway.
How do you remember the storylines?
It was so memorable. It was just hilarious. It just, when my mom would come home from work and be like, "What happened today?" Because we were like, we couldn't believe how crazy the story was.
That about says it. Okay. Okay. Should we go and talk about, because we're already at 10:43? Should we talk about a little about modern soap operas? Have they been?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the reason why we're talking about soaps tonight is because we started watching these two shows. There was one, it was called The Housewife Escapist, and it's a Japanese kind of drama. And it's basically about this girl who becomes a housekeeper and then convinces her employer to marry her under common law so that she can continue living at his house. She can live at his house because her parents are moving away. And so then they can work. She can work for him continuing, and they end up falling in love. And it's this whole story, right? And I was like, wow, this is kind of like a little soap opera here, because like the guy's like, I don't know, but she likes me, but I don't like her, but she didn't smile at me, so she must be mad at me. And she's like, I don't know why he wasn't looking at me today. He must be mad. I don't know why. And so like it's this whole like soap opera-y kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then we watched another one. We watched a Korean, which I don't watch Korean dramas at all. I really don't. But we watched this one on Netflix called The Extraordinary Attorney Woo, and it's about an autistic lawyer who is in Korea, and she is like a genius. And it was a really good show. We like really liked it, and we were thinking about it. And I was talking to James. I'm like, a lot of these shows are really inspired by a lot of these shows, like a lot of these soap operas and different things that have been happening for years and years and years. And so it was kind of like, well, that's kind of an interesting topic to think about, and how American soap operas have affected internationally lots of different shows. Like we were talking about the telenovela.
Like Scandinavians' perceptions of American-sized homes.
Exactly. And like the telenovelas, and there's a whole bunch of different Japanese and Korean dramas, like soap operas, that are, kind of, similar storylines, right?
Absolutely.
See?
Sometimes I'm Wendy right there. She remembers Attorney Wu. Wendy's actually brought that up to me on the phone too.
It's a really good show. It's really good.
Yeah, just to tell you, kind of, it works in how it affects everyday speech, or references to speech. Kelly Jo Miller, every time there was a drama when I was little, my mom would say, "This is just a little Peyton Place that was way before my time, but I believe it was the first soap opera." Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I love making jokes about, just because they're so over the top, of some of these Hispanic telenovelas that you see in Mexico. A kayak trip a month and a half ago with a friend from San Luis Rio, Colorado, in Sonora State of Mexico. We're kayaking along, and I would mention, like, I go, dun dun dun, throw the hat, and she goes, telenovela. It is a source of constant jokes down there. And I just went, what do you think of, like, how over the top the acting is, even by American standards? And she goes, oh yeah, it's, I don't know why they do it, but it is a constant source of jokes.
But maybe people really like watching it. It's entertaining.
They dig it. It. Wow. With that, so, let's see. Geez, all right, 10:47. Some of the modern shows that come on that you wouldn't believe are soap operas are actually considered. I actually heard a conversation a couple of days ago talking about the show this week with another person talking. They mentioned Vikings is a soap opera, when actually that's a historical drama, and it's not really that. But surprisingly, what was considered a soap opera was the remake to Battlestar Galactica, probably one of the greatest sci-fi series ever. I was
going to say another show that people really love. The show Friends. That really is a soap opera. That is, it's kind of, it's not daily, but it's just like a series of stories that go together, and you have all these complex relationships of people going the whole time, right? You have little stories, but then the whole time, the whole series, you see the relationships of the characters. You see Ross and Rachel, you see Chandler and Monica, you see all of their relationships developing, right? So it's kind of like the same idea of a soap opera, but it's, in a regular show, but it's taking those elements, right? Even the show Ally McBeal, I really feel like that was a soap, because you have all these like situations in the office, like all these different things happening. She wants to do this, and then she has the love of her life that's her old love, or her high school boy or college sweetheart is married and is in the same firm, and then they have like weirdness, and then like there's all this kind of it's very, to me, I felt like that was really soap opera. I really loved Ally McBeal.
One that really grabbed a lot of people, that they're surprised that it was a soap opera, and it really is, that we like to describe as manpros. That sounds wrong. We'll just say soap opera geared towards Wales. And you got to think about going, oh yeah, it is. Back in the late 2000s was Sons of Anarchy. I loved Sons of Anarchy. Matter of fact, there was myself and a couple of our viewers that know me will recognize these some of the names, but there's like a bud named Lonnie Reddick, Curtis Steed, a few others, and we all have diverse backgrounds. A couple of them were Harley riders, one mechanic, and when it would come on FX, and we'd be like texting each other at commercial breaks, going, "This dude died! Oh man, they did this dude! Hey, look at what happened here!" And we're still, sometimes we'd actually call each other like 11 o'clock at night on a weeknight going, dude, they killed him. Oh, this guy. Don't tell me when you've got, say, we flash back to some housewives and texting each other or calling each other phone going, Bill slept with Martha's sister or something. We are doing the same thing. Be up late at night going, dude, ah. And that was Sons of Anarchy. And even modern times, that is a very popular show now, and it is a soap opera, is basically Sons of Anarchy with cowboys, Yellowstone.
Yeah.
That is a soap opera. Modern day, let's just say that there's a lot more graphics and people dying and stuff than what you would see on Days of Our Lives or As the World Turns.
Well, you know, a lot of those shows, the
Mayans, yes, the Mayans, Corey DeMaya.
You know, soap operas nowadays, you know, they've changed so much. I mean, they were so different back like in the 80s and 70s, 80s. There's a lot of soap operas that actually don't exist anymore, right? But the one thing about the soap operas, the one element that really got people hooked was these complex relationships that people have. That's why I was saying, like, looking at all these shows that we like, and we're like, wow, like all of these situations and these different shows and this underlying kind of storyline, it's kind of the same idea, even if it's not labeled as a soap opera, right?
Well, as we were talking about earlier, even what's got that soap opera format, even though it's supposed to be not scripted, are reality shows.
Yes.
That is a soap
remember
opera.
Real World? Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
Real
on
World.
MTV.
I loved Real World. You remember Eric Nies?
No.
He was in the original Real World Boston.
Okay. I remember there was talk about like a Real World Palm Springs network by where I live. Never happened. But even then, when you start rolling off that was the first thing that really kicked it off, and then it really got into it. You had like shows like, Jesus, the bike builders over there in New York State.
Okay, let me tell you the Real World season.
Yep.
Oh, it wasn't Boston, it was New York. Okay, so it's New York was the first one in 1992. 1990. Oh, it says where it says season.
I was thinking of like American Chopper was actually a reality show on Discovery Channel about bike builders.
Season 2 was California, which is probably Los Angeles. Season 3 was San Francisco. Season 4 was London. Season 5 was Miami. Not seeing season 6 here. Season 7 is Seattle. Season 8 is Chicago, and there's a Hawaii season 8. Let's see. I'm trying to get the list because it's not very okay. Here. New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, London, Miami, Boston, Seattle, Hawaii, New Orleans, back to New York, Chicago, Las Vegas, Paris, San Diego, Philadelphia, Austin, Key West, Denver, Sydney, Hollywood, Brooklyn, Cancun. Gosh, there's a lot of seasons here. DC, New Orleans, Las Vegas, San Diego, St. Thomas, Portland, Exposition. I'm not sure where that is.
I do not know.
Go or Big or Go Home, Seattle, Bad Blood, and Atlanta. There was 33 seasons of it.
Really?
Yep.
Holy cow! I had no idea.
33 seasons. And do you remember Road Rules?
Yeah, slightly. It's coming back. I haven't thought about that in forever and a day.
That one. Let's see how many seasons there were, because I mean, I used to watch that one too.
Gotcha. But even like some of those I was mentioning, like one that got very, very popular was American Chopper, about the Tuttles, a bike building family with Orange County choppers, and then his son went off and formed another custom one. But that show, what made it famous was if they showed people getting along, it wouldn't get much, viewers. But they had to show the drama, soap opera, of the dad and the son, Mikey. I think I forget their names, but between senior and junior, it's always like, and I quit, you're fired, blah 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 blah. And these guys are just at each other, and dad was like ballistic, Krakatoa incarnate.
Are you talking about Orange County Choppers?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I think that was really real.
Huh?
I think that was really real, actually. Like they're fighting, it was really real.
Oh yeah, it was real. But the fact is that it just dominated the show, but that's why people watched it.
And then the
But
death.
if you see the interviews, they're like, what they're catching is slices. Yeah, we fight because we have to work closely together, but we quickly resolve it. But obviously, even that was not based in a lot of truth because the company split up. But that's why people watch it. It's that soap opera conflict
Yeah,
that they go after.
they like the drama and conflict.
Yeah, I mean, look at it's not a soap opera, but look at Duck Dynasty. A lot of people watch it because they want to see what Uncle Si would say or do next.
I know, right?
Thoroughly. And that show, yeah, that was scripted.
Yeah, but
Being in that world a bit.
I could not believe when I watched Orange County Choppers or whatever it was called. I could not believe how they were screaming and yelling at each other. I'm like, wow, this is like a little crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
You want to try it? You want to try it?
We didn't get a chance to do the looks.
We can do that, but I wonder if we want to do. Let's try. We can do the Orange County Chopper. Let's see if we can do. I'll pretend to be senior, pretend to be junior. Let's see if we can do the look. I'm looking at you.
Oh, I'm supposed to
Ready?
look.
Do the look in position where we're doing that. Ready? Fail. We tried.
Okay.
But we're going to try this. A lot of the soap operas, there's the dramatic look,
Yes.
the moment of reveal, the moment of conflict.
Yes.
We're going to try to reenact those looks.
Yes.
Let's name a situation, folks. Name a scenario and see if we get that soap opera look and give us, judge us on it.
So I'm gonna say a statement, and James is gonna he's gonna make a dumbfounded look. Okay.
Okay.
So
I'll be perplexed on the statement. That's my.
Yes.
What I'm gonna
Yes.
do?
You're gonna give the look like you're really not sure how to answer the situation.
Well, that's me. Half the show.
Okay. You ready?
Ready.
James. I was over at your house yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't explain it, but there was a turtle on your kayak. Why are you allowing a turtle on your kayak?
I'm waiting for music. Come on, music. Was that good?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Svea, I'm going to give you a something here.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I should or shouldn't do the thing you told me not to do earlier.
Do something not that.
Not that?
Yeah.
Because that's all I could think of right now. Okay. All right. Svea, as I told you, I was going in for surgery last week. And I found out the results of the surgery. I died halfway through the surgery. Music. How are we doing, folks? Let us know. Wrestling is also like a soap opera. It cracked me up. Love Doc Dynasty. Folks, because we got like a 12-second delay, we should start seeing comments coming in how we did. Folks, let us know.
I know, because it's like I'm all.
Svea and I. Let us
like
know. Come on in. We're waiting.
It's cricket.
Come on, folks. Bring it in. Let us know.
Okay. All right. So I have another one for James. You ready for your music, James?
Okay.
So I was at the store yesterday, James.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the store. I went down the aisle where they have Eggos.
Yeah.
And they were gone.
Okay. I should have. I wish I had a do-over. I'd be going because that would have been better. Like, oh my god. Okay. I'm not. I wouldn't cut into soap. I'm just not being melodramatic.
Okay. You have one more for me.
I got one more for you. Okay.
Okay.
All I can think of is the one you told me not to do.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
It's it up. You're good at making things up that are not like that one.
But that one's so gold. Can I please? Please?
Come up with another one.
We're actually doing one right now. But that's real.
I came up with two on the fly.
I'm thinking of one. I'm like, okay, Svea.
Okay.
We're getting ready for the show, and there's so we need to present ourselves a certain way, and I've just got to say it. Those shoes do not match your purple sweater.
Why did you press the button?
I'm pressing the button now. There's a time delay. Okay, folks, listen up. Let's bring it in. Okay. James, I'm disappointed. I see no tears. Okay. All right. We got to do tears.
Okay.
Svea?
Okay.
Tears.
Okay. Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to be looking over here at the hourglass while you're doing that. And go ahead and just tell me what's going on while I set the hourglass.
Okay. James.
Yeah.
I have some really bad news for you.
Yes.
I don't know what we're going to do about this, but I realized that the television doesn't turn on anymore.
What? It's broken?
Where's the button? You push the music button.
I'm working on it. Hold on. I got to get more water in my eyes. My eyes are getting dry, and I'm pushing the button. Here we go. Was that pretty good?
Okay, that was better. Yeah.
That was better. All right, folks, let us know how we did. Give it on there. God, my eyes are getting dry from that. This sucks. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's already.
All right, we got, okay. Ha, 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 ha. 20 out of 10. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you very much.
So really quick, we're going to mention, okay, so Maya gave us 5 stars. Maya said we did well. Wendy says you all did great. Okay. So with that said, we are now at our hour. Can you believe it? It's already been an hour.
Oh, kidding. God, this is one of those ones we go another half and not get over. We thought, seriously, folks, we're wondering how we're going to fill an hour and make this really interesting. This was Wes.
Press the button. Can you believe it's been an hour?
All right. Folks, we seriously did not think we could fill an hour this way. How are we going to make soap operas interesting for an hour? We ran out of time again, and we didn't even get to half what we were talking about.
Yes.
So we laid it out just to keep the show interesting.
Yes.
It helped us keep it really interesting.
Yes. So next week, I'm not going to be on the show because I'm going to be at the Long Beach powwow.
You are?
Yes.
I have to do the show myself?
Well, guess what? We have someone that's going to be joining you.
Who is it going to be?
It's going to be Christy Nieto.
Okay, we'll go with that. Yes, folks. Christy Nieto will be co-hosting the show next week, which means, here's the train. Here's the start of the show right there. Here's the train starting to go off the rails.
Yes, exactly.
Christy is a hell of a fun. We love it. And next week's show is going to be, we've had our fun topics the last couple of weeks. We did, of course, last week, Barbie versus G.I. Joe.
Barbie's better, of course.
According to viewers, G.I. Joe won on that one. So now we have soap operas. Next week's going to be a much more interesting, really a topic we're going to delve into that Christy and I are both kind of living right now is midlife career changes. Being in your, in my case, my extreme late 20s. Christy's in her extreme late 20s, 40s for both of us. And we are completely switching our careers because of extenuating circumstances, whatnot. And so we're reorganizing our lives. We're still keeping our old jobs, but we're starting something new. And we're going to talk about what she's experiencing, what I'm experiencing. We're going to talk about some other friends. There's some stories that we may share with that and why we did it. What's the challenges being in midlife, younger. I'm not going to admit out that, but it's just say much younger middle age. Mm-hmm. Some of us are going to lie about our age, but talking about that perspective. And so it's going to be definitely a human interest story next week. And that's what we're doing.
Christy is actually doing some really cool stuff. So I think it's going to be really exciting. And I'm excited for her to talk about her new kind of business she's doing, which is really great. She's still doing her own business, just like James is doing her own business, but she's doing something new, which is kind of neat. I think it's really awesome. So I'm sure you guys will have a great time next week, and make sure to report back if James is a bad person, does a bad job. Report to me, and I will get my little hammer out, and I'll be
Jen
like,
won't narc. Jen and I are buds. We're pinky pals, right, Jen?
I don't know. I think Jen will text me at during the show and be like, "Hey, James is off the rail."
No, because Jen and I are pinky pals. We're pinky buddies. You can't be any tighter than that, right, Jen?
I don't know.
Okay. But with that, and hopefully we'll have some of you watching. It's going to be a real interesting human story. Otherwise, we're 5 minutes over doing this. But folks, we're sorry. We're going to have to end the show right about now. Come on, play with something. Yep. With that, we're done with the sound effects from that. James failed. Okay, we got to say it. Yeah, I see it. James failed the challenge already. Love you too, Jan. Okay, with that, let me cue it up. Video file. I'm looking for the closer because I didn't preload it.
Oh, really quick.
Yes.
It says, proud that you are brave to do that, to start something new. Be bold. And Curtis says, take that hat off.
No, I like my hat. That's the way it is. Besides that, it's our show.
Oh,
if you come on the show, you can tell me to. When you come on the show, we talk about something science-like.
Yeah.
I just give you a hard time, Curtis. We love you. You're an awesome person.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to get it queued up because I had to come back and see what the comment was. All right, folks, this has been another episode of Late Night Crap Talk. Y'all awesome. Thank you for watching. Feel the love. We'll see you next week. Then we don't record the music for next show. Aw, ain't he cute? We never did do anything on the Californians.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. Oh, well. Ran out of time.
Oh, no, dude. Fight night.